Set to public, and my cat isn't going to knock stuff off. So, all right, should be live. Hopefully everything is going right. Oh, let me bring up the other window here, and yeah, should be live. Yeah, I figured I would procrastinate a little bit as I usually do on these streams. I use these streams as a way to procrastinate, but yeah, doing laundry right now, preparing for the trip. Needed to do some laundry. That way, I have some clothes. Got to finish packing for the trip. Tomorrow, I'm probably busy most of the day. I have some things planned, so I'm not gonna have a lot of time to finish things up. Then Saturday and Sunday have work, and very early Monday morning, leaving out for Japan. I got to fly down to Texas first, and then fly out from there, and should make it in Japan. I think around 3 o'clock, 2 or 3 p.m. Tuesday is when I'm gonna arrive in Japan, and hopefully it takes less than an hour to get through immigration and get to my hotel. That's being a little hopeful, honestly. Never really know with immigration. Even though the lines are usually incredibly long, it usually doesn't take long, even if it is very long lines. Nothing like in America. The immigration lines here suck so bad. It sucks so bad coming back to America, because it's like everything is so streamlined in Japan. You just scan the QR code, and like you get through customs, immigration, you get through all of that so fast, and it's like they keep the lines moving. They keep the lines moving. The Japanese have mastered queuing. They've mastered lines, and for some reason, like America has not. And it doesn't matter. Pretty much doesn't matter which airport I come in through. I've flown into LA. I've flown into Chicago. I've flown into two airports in Texas. I think there's another airport that I've flown into before as well. I've been to Japan 6 times, and um, typically I like the ones in Texas the best. I like the layout of them a lot. Don't remember which one I like more, but I do like both of those the best out of all the ones that I've flown into and out of. Um, but yeah, Chicago was definitely the worst. I hate Chicago so bad, and unfortunately, I think when I come back to America later this month, I believe I have to fly in through Chicago, so that sucks pretty bad, honestly. Um, but yeah, I hate immigration. I hate doing all of that here because the lines literally come to a stop. Whenever you're in line in Japan through immigration, the lines basically never stop. Like you don't stop for like any length of time. They just keep the lines going, keep the lines going, keep the lines going. They keep it. It's so much better. And then you come back to the States and it's like, oh, I'm gonna spend 2 hours in immigration line. I better get used to this. And then it's like I have to go and get my luggage, recheck that in, and thankfully I'm just doing carry-ons and a backpack. I carry on a personal item like I usually do. I stopped doing check luggage. It's way too much of a pain, and I don't buy that much anyway, and I don't take that much clothing with me. I don't take that much stuff with me to Japan. I'm pretty minimal when I go to Japan. Honestly, I could get away with a backpack alone. Don't even need the carry-on. That's how little I take with me over to Japan. Um, can get away with just the personal item if I wanted to, but whenever I'm over there, I usually do like to buy some stuff, and that's usually what my carry-on item is. Whenever I come back from Japan, pretty much my carry-on item is just full of stuff that I bought while I was there. Um, but yeah, excited for the trip. Going back in a few days. Technically, it's a bit over 3 days because this day isn't over yet, but pretty much it's just Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and then taking out very early Monday. Going to leave work at 2 a.m. Come home, get my luggage. Hopefully, get down to the airport around 5. Um, Hopefully before 6 for sure, because I want at least an hour. That way, I can get through security and get to my gate in time. Anyway, I was just checking the message there. But yeah, excited for the trip. The reason I planned it right now, I really wanted to go in like May or June because Japan's summers are incredibly brutal. But um, I found out that pretty much I could do the trip and it would like coincide perfectly with Kamikit. And I usually like to go to Kamikit. Unfortunately, it's always in August and always December, so no ways around that. Really wish they did it in spring. That would be awesome, but they always do it in August, unfortunately, and I really love going to that, so that's the reason I planned it for this. And it's literally like the 2 weeks before university starts. So these are the very last 2 weeks I could possibly go to Japan before university starts, and then I won't be able to go until like I'm hoping I'm able to go January of next year before spring semester starts, but we're gonna have to see. Gonna hopefully my cat's bothering me. He's getting close to the computer and might knock it off or knock it sideways or something. He's being stupid. Um, yeah, looking forward to Kamikit. Definitely looking forward to that. Don't know exactly who all artists I'm gonna go and see this time. Unfortunately, this time they have 3 of the East halls like closed for construction. This is the map. Hopefully, you see it. Usually, it's a huge thing. It's the biggest like convention in the world for like anime and stuff, and like dojin and stuff for sure. But they have like 3 of the halls like closed for construction, so that's very concerning, honestly, because usually those are all packed, and if it's the same amount of people that are going as it always does, it's gonna be like it's already like shoulder to shoulder. Like usually people fall out from heat strokes. I don't think anyone's died in some years. But there have been people that have died at Kamikit, and like I've said, basically every year there's multiple people like getting ambulanced off and getting carried out. Like when I was there last August, I remember they were wheelchairing some people out because they had collapsed from heat exhaustion and heat stroke last year, and that's literally an every year thing. His claws are on the wall. But anyway, yeah, Kamikit, it's pretty intense, especially in the summer. In the winter, it's very cold. In the summer, it's very hot. Um, but looking forward to it. I have some artists I want to see. But yeah, definitely concerned for like those 3 halls being closed down and how crowded it might actually be. It may even take even longer to get into the con because it's going to be so crowded. You already stand in line at least like 3 to 4 hours. Like hopefully you get in there in time, and then they close the convention like super early. They close at like 3 or 4 o'clock. So I really wish it would last longer than that, because that's not a lot of time, and you barely have enough time to get around and hopefully get everything you're hoping to buy. But yeah, it should be fun regardless, even though it's going to be very crowded, very busy. Nothing on this one is particularly interesting other than like the themes for each day. Sunday should be like the good day. Probably gonna just scope it out. Saturday's gonna be the scoping out day. You're gonna just see where everything is, see how it's all laid out. Might buy some stuff. I usually don't buy too much on the first day because that's usually like the female oriented day. But gonna definitely try to buy as much as I can on the second day. Usually I come back with around 50 dojin like each time, so I'm gonna aim for around that. But again, with it being like half the size of what it usually is for like space for the dojin area, because the other areas aren't really for dojin, it's gonna be interesting to see how it plays out this year. Hopefully I can at least get from the artist that I really want to buy stuff from. But other than that, first day that I arrive, August 12th, have a date lined up. I'm gonna go to their apartment. Gonna have to find a liquor store and buy some stuff. But yeah, looking forward to that. But outside of Kamikit, there's no big things I want to do. I believe there's a Naruto event at Tokyo Tower, I believe is where it is. There's a few Naruto events that are happening while I'm there. I might try to go to at least a couple of them. I found out there's a Sonic collaboration, like Sonic the Hedgehog collaboration with Timberland. That's going to be going on while I'm there, so I might try to go and see that. That might be pretty cool. Might get some clothing or some Timberland boots or something. Might be cool. I don't really know. I'm just going to look into that. Definitely going to go down to the ocean again this time. I always do that in the summer. Going to go down to Kamakura. I'm thinking about going over to Chiba Prefecture this time. There's some stuff I haven't seen over there that I'd like to see, so I might try to get over there. I might try to branch out a little bit more. And there's Bandai Namco. I believe they opened something in Asakusa. I believe they opened something in Asakusa with like some anime like statues outside like their headquarters. I believe that's a new thing. I believe I've seen that at some point. Yeah, mostly winging it. Honestly, I'm gonna wing it again. I'm usually wing it for these things. Here's some stuff that I'm taking with me this time. I filled notes, and this is something that I'm gonna start doing. And like each day, or potentially more than each day, I'm gonna like fill out a sheet, like to document the trip. And I bought some things to go with the filled notes. I bought a portable printer for your phone, 3x3 photos. This is pretty cool. And I'm gonna take the cartridge with me for that. I'm gonna print off photos and tape them into the filled notes because this is something that I saw that someone did. And I thought it'd be cool to like every time I go on like a decent sized trip to make a filled notes thing and like put photos in it, document the trip, and then have something to look back on. Have a tripod. Got a new tripod for my phone. Um, didn't like my last one. I actually ended up leaving my last one on last trip or the trip before last to Japan. I actually just left it in the hotel room because I didn't really have room in my luggage. And I was like, well, this is a kind of crappy tripod anyway, so I can just leave it. But this one goes up to, I believe, it's like over 5 feet, I think, tall. So it's definitely tall enough to be able to film with, and take some photos is the main thing that I'm probably going to be using it with on the trip. Taking that. Of course, passport. Always got to use the passport. Taking the Goshuin show. I'm going to go and try to get some more Goshuin. Didn't actually get any on my last trip, so that's a little disappointing, but I'm going to go and try to fill this up a little more. Hopefully find some shrines that I haven't been to yet. Might have to go out. I've been to most of the main ones, like in Tokyo and like the main Tokyo area. I've been to most of the main shrines there, so don't really need any from there. So I need to branch out a little more. I don't think I've gotten any in Yokohama or Kamakura, so I might try to, while I'm down in those areas, find some shrines and get some Goshuin. That would be pretty cool. Pretty cool. How long have we been live? I don't think the laundry stopped yet. And 12 minutes. We'll go a little bit longer. Just a little bit. Something that I've been reading recently is Green Lights by Matthew McConaughey. A bit over halfway done with this. Been reading it this week and trying to finish it before the trip. Have about 100 pages left, I think. Looking forward to that. It's been really good. I do recommend it. It's an easy read. It's a fast read. Been making my packing list for Japan for stuff that I gotta pack. Gotta fill out the itinerary. Need to work on that today and tomorrow. Write down the stuff, otherwise I'll forget. Because as soon as I get in Japan, like if I don't write down my itinerary and like things that I want to do and things that I know about, like I get there and like brain just completely whites out. It's like you get in Japan, it's like I must go everywhere and see everything. There is no plans. And that's basically how it is when I'm there if I don't have an itinerary. So I gotta make at least a loose itinerary. Not sure if I'm gonna schedule for certain days other than Kamikit. But it's gonna be pretty loose. Like there's no real set things other than Kamikit for like certain days that I need to do things. So it's gonna be pretty loose with the scheduling. It's pretty much gonna be whenever I wake up and decide to go, like go in a different area and just explore. I really like doing that when I'm there. Might go up to Nagano. That's one place, and there's this one. I just started following it on Instagram. It's in Ramen and Takao and Hachioji. Hachioji is where it is. Hachioji is, I believe, around an hour outside of Tokyo. Oh my god, it is not gonna work, is it? The lighting is horrible. Oh, there it is. Maybe. Anyway, it's like a little ramen like stall thingy, like literally a stall, and the time for it, does it have the time? Yeah, it's only open from 6 until 11, and it's closed Sunday, Monday, and rainy days, because it's literally just like a stall. It's just like out in the open, and apparently it's supposed to be like really good ramen, and it's kind of out of the way. I don't know of anything else in that area I would like to go to, but that might be something that I'd want to go, like do like a half day trip or something. Like I'd take an hour out of my day to go and try this ramen, because where I live, I'm used to driving like an hour and a half, 2 hours just to get to any like big city where there are things to do. So doing that is no big deal. Taking an hour train ride out is it's nothing. It's nothing at all. Nothing at all. Especially with the public transport, it's so nice. It give me some reading time and time to do like flashcards and stuff while I'm in Japan because I got to keep up with my flashcards and be doing those on my phone for sure instead of hauling around the computer. Though I am going to take my computer. Might try to stream some while I'm there in the hotels, maybe the public parks or something. But yeah, another thing I want to do this time is I've never been to Sushi Row. It's a conveyor belt sushi like chain of stores. Never been to it. And I was watching this Japanese vlogger, like on my Japanese YouTube channel, and she went there, and it was like really like interesting. Like I like the layout of it. I like how it has the iPad because it's easier to do. Whereas I've only been to Conveyor Belt Sushi one time. I don't remember the name of the place because it was just one of those. I was out wandering around and I saw that this was a Conveyor Belt Sushi place, and I just walked in, and it was the type of place where it was one of those like it wasn't a chain. It was like locally owned, and the menu was all in Japanese because like conveyor belt sushi, it has the sushi going on the conveyor, but it also has stuff that you can order. Obviously, the menu was in Japanese, so I ordered the stuff in Japanese. And it was a smaller place because it didn't take credit cards, and there were some other foreigners like gaijin in there, and they tried to pay with credit card at the register, and it was like they was trying to convey to them that like no, like you can't pay with credit cards here. You have like it's cash. Like you have to pay cash here. Unfortunately, unfortunately, I think they had to call someone else there. I think they would like there was a group of them and they had to call someone else there on the phone and have them like pay for it with cash for them because stupid gaijin like one of the rules in Japan is like if you do any research at all about Japan, there are places where they don't even do like IC cards, so you need to carry at least some yen with you at all times. um, it's good to have at all times with you, which that's a rule of thumb even in like your home country. It's like I don't ever carry much cash with me, but it's always good to have at least some cash in case. You never know. It's like it's always good to have, and especially in Japan where it's like, especially if it's not a chain store, you always run the risk that it's like um, not gonna accept IC cards. Even it's definitely not gonna. Chances are it's not gonna accept your Visa or Mastercard. It's not gonna accept your foreign credit cards or debit cards. So if if they're not accepting IC cards, then like none of your cards are going to be good there. So you better have some yen with you. But I don't know. I just don't understand how people do that. Like even on my very first trip there, whenever back in 2018, it's like I even knew that much at least. Like you need to have yen on you at all times. Anyone that's done even a little bit of research, but I think they was young. They was clearly young. It was young foreigners. They wasn't even Americans. They was some type of European. I don't know what European country they was from, but it was definitely European. But yeah, I think it's just with tourism being as high as it is in Japan, what um, it has become a lot more convenient in Japan being a gaijin, especially if you don't know any Japanese, because a lot of restaurants they have where you can scan the QR code with your phone and it has the menus pop open on your phone and it'll have like English or Japanese, and you can order directly from your phone now. So that's pretty cool. That's convenient. Whereas before you would either have to pull out your phone and use Google Translate to see what the menu is because a lot of the menus don't have English on them at all. Um, a lot of them don't even have furigana, so that's difficult for me even because I can read hiragana and katakana easily and quite a bit of kanji, but whenever it comes to like food names, like names of dishes, like I don't really know unless it's something obvious like fish. Like you know the word for fish, but you don't know all the different types of fish unless you've actually like studied and researched them, which I haven't done. So unless it's like basic stuff. But yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream here. Oh my god. All right, cool. Yeah, we've been on about 20 minutes. I think that's long enough. Need to get busy packing some more. Laundry should be about done. I'm gonna try to pack it up soon. So yeah, probably not gonna stream anymore. Gonna try to film some while I'm in Japan. Hopefully, need to definitely shave. I can see that right now. But anyway, I will see you guys later.